Trains, towers, houses, roads, tunnels, bridges, structures, and cities. Every year on the island of New Florida, work trains bring equipment to the island to help workmen build new things on the railroad to be really useful every day, so trains can be really useful with all their passenger freight and gender service. Amtrak is a long-distance passenger railroad in the United States that goes to 9 cities in Canada and more in the United States. An algebra train, geometry train, or work train is a special authorized train that helps work on the railroad with employees that need to do special maintenance when they're busy, and this is what makes trains really useful indeed while they're being really good with all their work. Some countries are safe and some countries are not safe. But because of that, MBTA, New Jersey Transit, Amtrak, Metra, and all the other railroads are very important in the whole continent of North America. And not only do trains get hooked up with more than one engine, but they also are really useful with passengers, freight, and gender service. And this is why trains like this can be really useful, having fun of what they need to do every day. The Amtrak Capital Limited is a train that shares the line with the Lakeshore Limited, which divides in Albany Rensselaer. The Capital Limited is a train that goes from Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, all the way to Chicago, Illinois. And there are Superliner passenger cars every year to make money for the hard work freight trains do in the United States. Leading into Chicago, Illinois, Indiana Main Line is surrounded by farm fields, which farmers grow corn for the food in the grocery stores, and Amtrak and big freight trains go by, which makes it really useful. A woman train is a special railroad vehicle that's authorized to make new genders around the community and majority of all the different states and regions they go in. There are freight cars that are trushes and lots more. And this is what makes trains in every country really useful, with lots of genders to have. And without a woman train, there wouldn't be any gender or vehicles. And this is why gender vehicles are really special indeed. That makes them really useful with everything they deliver for the hard work they do in every country indeed. One day, Mr. Cakester was in the yard with Elaine and Janice. He had an important announcement to make. It was very important. "Good morning, sir," said Elaine. "Good morning, Elaine," said Mr. Cakester. "I would like you and Janice to work with Lucy, Tiara, Jabrina, Leanna, and Michaela today." They are really waiting for you. Thank you, sir! That sounds like a good job, said Elaine. Thank you, it is, said Mr. Cakester. You must pull the mega train of 14 engines. Sounds like a plan, sir, Elaine and Janice both said at the same time. Good luck with that, said Mr. Cakester. And before they could go out onto the main line, a big freight train went by. It was carrying lots of cars. It was big, and it had hopper cars, tanker cars, center beams, auto wrecks, box cars, refrigerator cars, and a brake van in the rear, also known as a caboose. And the big freight train went really far off into the distance. Before long, Elaine and Janice backed their train out of the siding. To a stop. Time to refuel, said Janice. And they steamed down the line. We know a lot about women trains, said Elaine, 'cause we're really big. They were feeling pleased with themselves. Before long, the 14 engines and trailing units buffered up to the train, and they steamed into the countryside. Women engines coming through, the 14 engines said. Chugga 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 choo choo! You're doing a good job up there, Jabrina said. I bet so, said Tiara. I bet so too, said Lucy. Takes a lot for a big woman engine to pull, said Leanne. I enjoy big trains like this, said Elaine, because we're the engine's in front and the cars are behind. You're doing a good job, Elaine, Janice said, because I'm a good trailing unit from behind your tender. And the train went really fast down the line. Time for the sun to set, Leanne said to Michaela. Women train is so big, we have lots of cars. And in the dining car, a man and his son were having dinner as the train cars clattered along. I'm sorry. It was a long train.